Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement, Dr. J. Basera, His Excellency the EU Ambassador in absentia, the Technical Assistance for the Zimbabwe Agricultural Growth Project, the ZAKIS Consortium members here present, IPRISAT, SAT, CTDT, Chief Directors and Directors in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries and Rural Settlement, all stakeholders who are online to witness this important event where the Ministry of Agriculture is going digital. So at this point, I would like to invite Dr. Josephat Nika to give us some welcome remarks.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. Let me start by recognizing the presence of our dear Permanent Secretary, Dr. John Basera, the European Union representative in absentia, Country Director for Welthungerhilfe, the ZAKIS Consortium, Chief Directors, all senior government officials here present, farmer unions, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. It is indeed my singular honor and privilege to welcome you all to this very important, very exciting, life-changing, transformative, innovative launch of online products. These three online innovative products are the Zimbabwe Agriculture Information Hub, online in-service training for our frontline workers in the ministry, and the online lead farmer training program, which was previously known as the Master Farmer Training. These three are going to be launched in line with the Vision 2030, the NDS1, Ministry Strategic documents, as well as the Livestock Growth Plan. It is the age and era where digital solutions are to be provided. And with the AgriHub, ZimAgriHub, this is a virtual agricultural center of excellence to complement the various centers that have been established countrywide. The online service, in-service training application is dedicated to frontline cadres of the ministry staff to sharpen their skills, their intellect, technical skills for improved service delivery. And the online lead farmer training leaves no one behind. It trains farmers on how to improve their agricultural ventures. Without wasting a lot of time, let me welcome you all to this exciting event that we are all here gathered to experience. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
We can give him another round of applause. Thank you, Dr. Nika. He's the Chief Director for Veterinary Services. And if you look at the program, it talks about the presentation of the applications, the presentation of the in-service training app.
Chief Directors, Directors, colleagues, I'm going to take you through the in-service training app that has been developed for use by our extension staff. So, okay. So first and foremost, our extension workers, they have to download the in-service training application from Google Play Store. But if they do not have access to Wi-Fi or to internet, then they have to get it from platforms like the WhatsApp platforms. So when they get the application, when they download the application, they install it on their mobile phones, then they have to register it. They have to put their details, their name, their EC numbers, their email addresses, and then after they have registered, if your email or your EC number is not in our database, then you cannot register. So all the EC numbers for our extension staff, they have been captured in our database, so everyone can register. So when they register, they then get to this page that you are seeing. So on this page, you see we have got a section for courses, we have a notice board, we have weather, and we have help and support. Now, if you go to the notice board, we post upcoming events or what will be happening during that particular time. So for instance, like yesterday, we posted an article from the Department of Livestock. They want to inform our extension workers that the livestock input program is coming, and they're supposed to get the inputs from GMB for use by farmers. Yeah. So that's what we put on the notice board, upcoming events, and also what exactly will be happening during that particular time. We have the issue of livestock, we have the stock destruction for tobacco, we also have wheat, we have winter wheat. What are our extension workers supposed to be doing during this period of winter wheat production? And then from the notice board, we also have our courses now. This is of very, very great importance to us. Why? Because we have realized that because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we cannot hold our in-service training courses. Bringing our extension workers to attend physical courses has become very, very difficult for us. But all the same, we need to make sure that capacities of our extension staff have been strengthened. So we really need to move on with strengthening their capacities so that they perform their job efficiently and effectively. So we have these courses, every department in the ministry, they give us content, they give us the modules, and also these modules will be having examinations and small exercises which they are supposed to complete after each module. So these are the courses that we have. So when each department gives us our modules and courses, we upload them on this platform. So for an example, if we go to field crops, you'd see we've got quite a number of courses which have been developed by our specialists in the various departments in the ministry. So if we go to soybean production, let's see what's there. We have 5 modules under soybean production, and we have 3 assessments. And so if we open the soybean production course, so you have to start your course, Introduction to Soybean. Also, what is important for us to note is as soon as they register and they have the app on their mobile phones, they can go through these manuals when they are offline. You don't need internet connection for you to go through the courses. So when they are home, when they are wherever they are, they can read their modules. But then when they start writing the exercises, that's when they only need to be online. The reason why they have to be online, you will see as we get to the exercises. So when they read that's the introduction to soybean, they continue, you go to soybean agronomy, they read through, they continue, they then go to the test. This one is just an exercise, and they start the test. Just answer the test, like I haven't read through, so I'll just give some, I guess, the answers, you know. because don't laugh at me when I get a 0 because I haven't read the manual. So after that, yeah, it's marked. You see, I got a 33%. So from at least, so at least I did something, yeah. So at a training branch, we will be capturing all this. We'll be actually following up on each and every extension we have registered on this platform. So we record the marks. So then after a course, we then go through the marks which have been obtained. We identify the gaps. We realize that, okay, these extension workers, maybe they need more information on soybean, and then we develop curricula to address the gaps. And then that improved curricula, we also post it on this platform. So that's what we have on the in-service training app. And you see it's bad luck. I can actually attempt, there are 3 attempts that I can have. And then if I fail the 3rd time, I have to restart the course. Then 6 months down the line, remember these are just revision exercises. 6 months down the line, we give them a comprehensive examination, which is also timed. They write that for at least an hour, and it's also marked. That's when we can award them a certificate, be it a certificate in poultry, a certificate in soybean production. The certificates will be signed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, and also the Department of Agricultural Education will also certify the issuing of those particular certificates. With regard to acquisition of practical skills, we are saying extension, we also need to make sure that we refresh our extension staff on acquisition of practical skills. So we are saying extension workers in small groups will be visiting the nearest agricultural colleges to do some practicals, be it on calibration, be it on castration, be it on whatever practical would think they need to actually have some more information on. We then send them to the nearest agricultural colleges for them to have those skills. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have on the in-service training app. This is meant for our extension staff, and we hope it's going to help them and assist them to strengthen their capacities as we move towards Vision 2030. Over and out. Thank you. Yes, we do. If I can go back to that presentation. So yeah, for livestock. Okay, so I also had forgotten that we also have a section where we are also uploading our blueprints for the government and also for the ministry in particular. I will show you that section where we are putting the NDS1, the growth plans, and all the strategic documents that we have in the ministry, so that our extension workers also do have an appreciation of these documents. And because while they are our implementers, they are the ones actually working on the ground. So they really need to know what is happening like at higher levels. So for our livestock section, yes, we have other modules which we have also uploaded. We have the goat production, the broiler, let me just start with the goat production. We have 5 modules and 1 assessment on this section. So we start first. You cannot, what I would also want us to know is that you cannot even start with goat housing before you complete the first session. You see? So you just have to do them according to how we have arranged our modules. So you go to goat production. So you go to kit and general management. So these are the modules that we have. Got housing. Got nutrition. Got health. Then we go to the assessment. Duration is 6 minutes and the pass mark is 75%. Then you start your assessment. I hope this time I'm going to get a better mark. Oh my God, yes, I got a 47%. So, of course, it's bad luck. I have to redo the exercise, but that's what we have on these modules. You go through the module, you then have a revision exercise to see how much you have grasped from what you would have read. So that's what you have. So I want to go back to our first page.
Probably navigate on other modules as well.
So you see, we've also uploaded these documents. We are still in the process of putting other policy documents. These are the ones that we have uploaded so far. So we'll put more and more and more as we go. So PS, you have said they should also maybe go to other modules, right?
For sure. And also just to check how many modules for now.
Okay, thank you. For agribusiness, I think as a ministry, we are advocating for farming as a business. And we have these modules for agribusiness. We have, should I open themselves? So just show them what we have. Should I like go through the, like, starting from agribusiness fundamentals? Okay, so this one, agribusiness fundamentals, is 4 modules and 3 assessments. So we have introduction to agribusiness. So let me go to fisheries and aquaculture. We have aquaculture production, then fish aquaculture production. Let me just open this. Maybe there isn't anything. Yes. So we have introduction of the fish species, feeding, and stuff. So let me just go back to another. Horticulture. That we have on horticulture. Potatoes, tomatoes, that's it. Carrots, that's it. And it's tomato. So those are the courses that we have so far on horticulture. If you want me to open just one, tomato. On tomato, we have 7 modules that we haven't put at the assessments. We haven't uploaded the assessments. They're still in the process of uploading, but the modules are already there. That's what we did. Small stock. We have product production and layer production. These are the modules that we have so far. Let's see what we have under the broiler production module. We have 1 module and 1 assessment. Okay, all right. All right. Then we also have government programs. We have our field crops. Kumbuda. Under Kumbuda, we have 4 modules and we have the food assessments. So for Kumbuda, that's what you have on. You can start your course. First, you have to know the Kumbuda activity calendar, when to do what, right? And then from there, we then have our flyers. We have our flyers that are quite big, that are not anymore. So we also have the Kumbuda approach summarized brochure. And we have the English, we actually have our flyers in all languages. We have English and we also have the vernacular, in the Vele, in Shona. So for the Kumbuda, that's what we have on this application. It's okay.
Yes, fine. Let's move on to the other parts.
Thank you so much. Over and out.
Welcome to the Zimbabwe Lead Farmer Training Curriculum. This is a web-based training program that allows any farmer with internet access to engage in online livestock or crop farming courses. The course will provide a variety of mediums to enable users to grasp concepts. These will include video tutorials, text tutorials, and audio podcast sessions. Each course will introduce, train, and effectively disseminate key farming principles to the user. A comprehensive introductory manual on how to use the web-based program is available to introduce the new user. The Zimbabwe Agricultural Growth Program, harnessing Zimbabwe's agricultural human resources.
The MC, the Permanent Secretary, and all protocol observed. My name is Tawanda Mtintawahove. I work in the ZimAgriHub Agricultural Growth Program under the ZAKIS project, which is funded by the European Union, where we've been working together with the government colleagues in terms of developing the lead farmer training platform. Now, what I want to just emphasize, I'll talk through it because it is just about to be deployed online. You get the web address from the ministry pages. The idea has been generally, if you look at traditional, we used to have the master farmer training platform. Now, what has happened post-land reform, we've got a lot of young entrepreneurial people who have ventured into agriculture. Now, as they have ventured into agriculture, the contact time with the extension officer, take for example my wife, she's an insurance person. She's got 5 hectares of land, but she doesn't have time to extend the extension workers' training sessions. So for her to be skilled or to be exposed to agriculture, what we have done is we've created a digital platform in which she can simply log on. When she has logged on, she does a training. Let's say, for example, she wants to venture into tomatoes. She does it completely online, then submits, does the assessment. Upon the submission, she is then awarded a digital certificate. So the whole idea now is to now try to create a digital tool in which people from all walks of life can connect, because even with COVID right now, it's hard for you to have a training which is a lot of people congregated at the same place. So to enable such people to acquire the necessary agricultural skills, we've created the Lead Farmer Training Platform. So that animation over there was just to express the value proposition of this platform, saying that it's accessible by anyone. To make a distinction to what Mrs. Kumbo presented, the Agritech in-service training platform is inward focused, it's ministry focused. That's capacity building at ministry extension level. So if I'm a random farmer, even if I download it on Google Play Store, I cannot access it because I don't have a validated EC number. However, on the flip side, the Lead Farmer Training Platform now is now open to every farmer. If you check on the Zimbabwe Small Scale Facebook page, there's over 300,000 farmers, and there's quite a lot of brand extension there. You hear somebody say, okay, I would like to grow my tomatoes in June. Then somebody responds, that's not a very scientific or relevant answer. What we want is to have a ministry presence on a digital platform whereby people can get accurate information, such that if they have questions, instead of people doing erroneous farmer-to-farmer extension on Facebook, we would rather have a validated ministry platform whereby people can go and get the necessary skills which they require for whatever farming enterprise they would like to do. So in summary, that's what the Lead Farmer is. It's just a digital go-to place where farmers can get access to good training courses which are validated by the ministry. Thank you.
The next one is going to be presented.
Thank you for your chair. The next one is the ZimAgricHub. We are going to look at the screen as we demonstrate how the website functions.
nekuda kwekushanduka kwemamiriro ekunze, kushomeka kwemvura yekunaya, kupisa kwakanyanya, nzara nemafashamu emvura, gohwo revarimi vazhinji.
So basically, that's what we have on the ZimAgrihub platform. So you want to try it, just go on the website and type in www.zimagrihub.org.zw and explore what we have. And you want to encourage all farmers, students, and any other stakeholders to be part of this platform and enjoy the resources that we have provided. Thank you.
I'm sure you've all seen the applications being presented in their order: the in-service extension training app, the lead farmer training app, and the ZimAgrihub. So at this point in time, allow me to invite the head of the ZAKIS project, which is the Zimbabwe Agricultural Knowledge and Innovation Services Project. Mr. What did I translate? Yes.
Thank you so much for that. I will just get straight into the protocols and to the master of ceremony, our dear Pensek here present, and Team Success, which is represented here. To our funding, to our funder, the European Union, and also to the ZAKIS Consortium. My task really here today is quite simple. I'm actually here to celebrate quite a milestone, together with my colleagues Tawanda Howe and Kino Madazi here, who have worked tirelessly to witness the amazing support from Pensek and Team Success. Thank you so much for that. And this has really made it a lot easier for us to be able to actually facilitate and to work in harmony with the ministry. In one of the past presentations by the minister, he mentioned that if we work together, we will go far. And this is one of the products of us working together. So I think Zimbabwe has a proud history of and a track record of agriculture research and agriculture training. That is something we can boast about. And to those who normally travel out of the country, it's always something to talk about. And when you look at how agriculture is handled in other countries in the continent and within the region, you still have some pride that Zimbabwe, we still do have quite a robust training system and an agricultural research. Our skills are spread across the region and the continent. The chances are, there was a famous statement where you say, if you throw a stone somewhere in the SADC, you're bound to hit a Zimbabwean farm manager, or you're bound to hit a Zimbabwean who's leading the research of one of the countries or any of the countries within the SADC. And on the continent as well. And the chances are high that all these individuals are products of one of the many government agricultural institutions, particularly the DRA and the Department of Research and Specialist Services and the agricultural colleges as well. So technology has allowed us to capture, curate, and preserve this history, and we are now able to actually share our prowess as a country globally and also, continentally and regionally as well. So I worked in some previous years. I worked with a colleague from Zambia who held a post pretty much similar to most of the colleagues sitting around the table here. And one thing she said to me was, all I need is access to your archives in Zimbabwe. You are one of the best at process documentation. So she just said, I don't need to crack my head to reinvent the wheel. All I just do is catch a plane, come across to Harare, spend some time in one of your archives, and I know when I come out, I'll be a lot richer. So that in itself is testimony to our ability. So the ZimAgriHub presents an opportunity as our base, or the Virtual Agriculture Center of Excellence, to make all this knowledge available in a one-stop shop. We are finalizing setup of a special printer that can digitalize hard copy archives. We are also going to facilitate training for the communications and learning unit members to enable them to use the printer to scan and curate hard copy archives to strengthen the digital library. So all the hard copy archives we have will soon be available, made available digitally. So many countries in the region right now are grappling with strengthening of extension services, as we have just unlocked the power of digital for agriculture. Through the training app, we believe that ZimExtension will be cutting edge. With gadgets in the field that were already supported by the ministry, we believe that this will definitely reduce the farmer to extension officer ratio. A case in point, one country in West Africa was actually struggling because they were saying that they've got 1:20,000, an extension ratio of 1:20,000. And recently in East Africa, one country was actually just celebrating that they've managed to cut down their ratio from 1:1,500 to 1:500. So what it means is we remain a step ahead with regards to providing a service to our farmers. And farmer training through the app, through the lead farmer training, will also enable capacity building for all the farming clusters. Because we are also trying to bridge that gap, that knowledge gap, and to make sure that all information farmers are receiving is curated by the ministry. So ICT for Agriculture is one of the many contributions that the ZAKIS project and Consortium, enabled by the funding from the EU, to contribute to the, it's one of our ways of contributing to the agriculture transformation agenda. Thank you to our colleagues from Agritech's training and the members of the CLU. We are excited about the possibilities that the teamwork has brought. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sansone. Can you give me another round of applause? It's good to hear that we are going to digitize all our archives. So nobody will steal them. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you allow me now to invite the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement, Dr. John Basera, to launch these applications that we've been talking about here. Over to you, sir.
Director of Ceremonies, Acting Chief Director, responsible for Research and Development, Dr. Kuchwayo, the Honorable Minister, responsible for Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement, Honorable Dr. A.J. Masuka, is in his office, Deputy Ministers, in absentia, Honorable D. Karoro and Honorable VPH, Evangelist Peter Tatos, Country Director for WHH, the ZAKIS Consortium Lead, One Love and Soul, EU representative and other development partners under the ZAKIS Consortium, Chief Directors in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement, senior government officials and government officials probably from other ministries and other government agencies. Team Success, that is the team from the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement. Farmers unions and farmer associations and commodities associations present, probably joining us on the Zoom platform. Farmers who are joining us online, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, and all protocols observed. A pleasant morning to you all. So colleagues, in our quest to reinvigorate and transform the extension service delivery system, the ministry has prioritized the capacitation of extension officers. It is acknowledged that low skills levels has been a missing link to fully realize the benefits of the agrarian reforms. Having noted this, I would like to congratulate the Team Success, that is the Minister of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement, and our partners involved who have made this day to become a reality. As you are aware, colleagues, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. ZimAgricHub, endorsed the Agriculture Recovery Plan. And one of the key touch points of the plan is the enhancement of extension delivery support system. True to his promise, he pledged and supported, and indeed supported the ministry with over 5,000 motorcycles and over 5,000 tablets. That is electronic gadgets. The government of Zimbabwe is prioritizing leaving no one behind and nothing behind, and the agriculture sector is one of the key precursors to the transformation of the economy. We always say that, and our conviction is that if we get our agriculture right, then we're on the right track to get everything else right. Remember, most of the issues that revolve around agriculture: employment creation, growth of the raw economy, raw material supply to the industry, GDP contribution, employment creation, direct and indirect, import substitution, and so forth and so forth. The development thrust focuses on empowering farmers as well as the agricultural extension officers. This is in view of the need to keep their skill sets abreast to the dynamic changes in the farming landscape or in the agricultural landscape as a whole. Having noted this, I would like to congratulate my Team Success and all the partners who have made this day a big reality. I'm glad that as ministry we embraced and deep dived on issues relating to the Internet of Things. We are harnessing the Internet of Things. We are harnessing all the possibilities of the Internet of Things for our own good, so that we try to leapfrog and we try to close certain gaps in our extension delivery system, especially and ultimately issues around the farmer or extension to farmer ratio. We definitely have to close that. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, you'd be aware that the Agriculture and Food Systems Transformation Strategy, underpinned by the sector plans, would be successfully implemented by well-polished food soldiers, and especially in particular, our extension officers and ultimately the farmers. So those are the key actors who will
spearhead the agricultural transformation process. The sector plans are as follows, just to refresh your minds for this. The Agriculture Recovery Plan, which seeks to reverse the then existing trends in terms of food production, especially targeting food input substitution. The Agriculture Information Management System, that is the AIMS, Livestock Recovery and Growth Plan, Horticulture Recovery and Growth Plan, as well as the Accelerated Irrigation Rehab and Development Plan. So those are the plans which we are rolling out currently as ministry. And of course, I think they have a very, very significant space and scope in the National Development Strategy #1. A blueprint, a national blueprint, which will take us from 2021 right up to 2025. So obviously after 2025, that is 2026 to 2020 to 2030, we will have National Development Strategy #2 as we journey towards Vision 2030 ultimately, as pronounced by His Excellency the President. I feel privileged to be part of this historic moment where yet again we are making another solid stride towards Vision 2030 agriculturally. Clearly, through this milestone, our agriculture will now employ a robust innovation service that empowers extensionists, farmers, researchers, students, and other key actors and stakeholders in the agriculture value chain. Together with our development partners, we are here today celebrating the launching of 3 digital solutions to our agriculture sector in Zimbabwe. Number 1, the online lead farmer trading app. Number 2, the in-service trading app. And then number 3, the ZimAgricHub. These are very rich sites, agricultural information and data. And I would like to encourage everybody to navigate and to explore those sites and apps. The 3, ladies and gentlemen, are not only nice to haves, but are more importantly prerequisites or prerequisite ingredients for agriculture transformation process. The uptake and the use of ICTs has greatly increased in recent years, resulting in considerable reduction in the digital divide between interurban and rural and urban areas. The Inter-Census Demographic Survey, ICDS, conducted by the Zimbabwe National Statistics Agency, that is ZimStat, and officially launched in May 2018, showed that the country's literacy rate stands at 94%, probably is the highest in Africa. This in a way has contributed to the increased uptake of ICTs in the country. For example, mobile penetration has reached 93.1%, and internet penetration was 62.9%, that is in 2018. The national 2G and 3G coverage stands at 93% and 84% respectively, against the regional average of 92% and 73%. And of course, I'm hopeful that the latest statistics will reflect that we've already surpassed these figures. These were 2018 figures, by the way, but still high, and we just need to harness that those good statistics for the good of agriculture. Colleagues, imagine the successes that we achieved during the 2020-2021 season. I'm confident that we are going to do more on account of these initiatives that we are launching today. Concerted efforts in the implementation of our programs led to a boom in agricultural output growth of 34% against 11 to 12% as budgeted for. Surely, I think Team Success and our partners, you definitely deserve a round of applause. And probably, if it was not for COVID, even some handshakes. And of course, colleagues, I should say that we think that the sky is the limit, And I enjoin you to consolidate these gains and achieve even more. And our growth approach is 3S fashion. We need smart growth, sharp growth, as well as sustained growth. We need to sustain our growth, more importantly. Lately, growth across sectors is realized from prudent utilization of ICT tools, tapping into the Internet of Things and exploring possibilities of improving efficiencies and effectiveness. I must say that the agriculture sector is not an exception. I'm sure that the virtual centers of excellence will make available in real time relevant, quality, harmonized, and cost-efficient agriculture statistical data and information. This shall not be limited to: number one, area and yield estimation for various crops and various enterprises, livestock information management system, land information management systems, and of course, these are key and critical components and modules under the Integrated Agricultural Information Management System, that is the AIMS. So what we are doing, colleagues, is to implement all the dictates under AIMS, that is the Agricultural Information Management System. Zimbabwe, like many other countries globally, is fully aware of the importance of information and communication technologies for socio-economic development and transformation. Countries that adopt Internet of Things stand a chance to leapfrog and overtake the developments made by some countries, in particular in Africa. So, colleagues, I should say with these initiatives, I think the road is very, very clear as we journey towards our status of becoming a breadbasket of Africa. I'm sure this is well achievable. It's a very smart ambition, and we have to achieve that. As the country moves towards becoming an upper middle income society by 2030, we need to adopt a completely new approach and exploit the potential and the possibilities of ICTs by developing appropriate and cost-effective applications that can improve the country's productivity and competitiveness. I remember anchoring our agriculture transformation process. There are basically 3 P's, and then the 4th one: production, productivity, profitability, especially at farmhold level, and more importantly, partnerships. We need to work together as partners. Those are the 3 P's plus 1 of our agriculture transformation process. Various ICT applications and solutions can improve industrial processes and quality of products, increase agricultural yields, enhance teaching and learning whilst positively transforming lives, including those, more importantly, of farmers. The ministry is conscious of the skills gap among its farmers as well as extension officers. Colleagues, kindly note that those cadres who spearheaded the second green revolution during the 1980s to around late 1990s are probably maybe too old, or even some of them were promoted to the other kingdom. So they are no longer there. So we need to create the new cadre. And that new cadre will deliver the transformation, agricultural transformation process for us. So there's what I usually call a demographic gap, which we definitely need to close. In Shona, they say, tinoda huruza dzakawanda kupfuura varimi. We need more master farmers, more lead farmers than farmers. Those cadres, I promise you, colleagues, they will deliver the agriculture transformation process for us. So, colleagues, many of these digital technologies, in particular, the on-site technical infrastructures related to data collection, processing, the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, are likely to be adopted as long as we insist on them. So I call upon all the directors, chief directors, let us insist on the adoption of these initiatives. Otherwise, we will lose the fight. But it begins with all of us here as ministry leadership. We need to be onboarded. We need to onboard ourselves on the possibilities of Internet of Things, so that at least we try to leapfrog our different subsectors in the extension provision systems, market information access, smart agronomy apps and agronomy information and so forth and so forth, farming as a business information and so forth and so forth. We need to harness the Internet of Things so that we try to leapfrog in those respective respects. Bearing in mind all the niceties I have highlighted, I'm sure you are now motivated to begin a new journey in the history of Zimbabwean agriculture. We will now have digital platforms to consistently inform, equip, and capacitate players and actors in the agriculture transformation process with both production and the marketing perspectives. The ZimAgricHub, the ZimExtension in-service training app, and the Lead Farmer online training program will get us there, and we are very, very positive. So, ladies and gentlemen, the ZimAgricHub is a virtual agricultural center of excellence that aims to complement physical centers of excellence in the country, which are located at Basera Agricultural College, Matokos Research Station, and 4 district centers of excellence. It is a national online information repository center that harbors agricultural research, education, and extension information. This virtual center is the home of agricultural information of all activities in the physical centers of excellence. So the two, the physical and the virtual repositories, are kind of complementing each other, and in fact are complementing each other, and indeed are complementing each other. Agro dealers and other companies can advertise their services and products on these portals. You can as well get policy updates on this platform. It targets researchers, extensionists, lecturers, students, other stakeholders in the sector, and farmers at large, and more importantly. The portal is open to everyone who wishes to visit from anywhere in the world over. I would like to inform you that the ZimAgricHub is a functional, fully running YouTube channel where contributors can upload their videos and podcasts. The ministry is seized with this transformation journey, and I'm happy to report that, and thanks to His Excellency the President. And I can report, colleagues, that so far we have allocated, I think, over 3,400 motorcycles out of the over 5,000 motorcycles which we received from direct support by His Excellency the President. And we have also issued out, I think, over 4,400 e-gadgets or e-tablets as tools for our extension staff to be able to access these initiatives. And like Mr. Sanso said, it will go a long way, obviously, in terms of closing the gap. That is the gap and the extension farmer contact ratio. That's a very, very important indicator. That's a very, very important aspect in our extension delivery system. That ratio between the farmer and the extension office and the farmers. Colleagues, ZimAgricExtension in-service training app is a mobile in-service training application meant to always refresh the government extension personnel in the extension, agricultural extension field. It offers short-term refresher courses to various extension staff, categories from crops, livestock. I know Dr. Nika would not want to hear a statement which skips issues around livestock. It targets extension staff in agrotechs, livestock production, as well as veterinary services divisions. The course curricula include practicals which will be done and assessed in the nearest or at the nearest agricultural colleges. The ZimAgricExtension in-service training app offers self-assessment and evaluation courses at the end of each course. After 6 months, there will be an examination that will be offered to the staff that has been participating in the in-service training process. And of course, it will be signed by my office. And of course, it will be awarded to individuals who have satisfied the examiners who would administer the process. Capacity building on how to use the app already started and are in progress. So we have some teams out there who are educating our extension staff. And I also know that probably 300 or 400 extension staff have joined on the virtual modality. They have joined this launch. And I would like to report that so far, 623 extension staff have so far registered on the app. I think that's some incredible progress. So 623 even before the launch, that's incredible. What about after the launch? I'm sure we'll be able to get to 90% probably in the next week or so. So that's a challenge to you, Mr. Taps, to Dr. Nika, Elder Nika, Mr. Minduro. That's a challenge. We need to attain at least 90% sign up on these initiatives in the next week or two. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lead Farmer online training program is a virtual farmer training program which aims to produce farmer graduates who take farming as a business case and often produces for a local and even regional and export and global markets. The program targets farm managers, supervisors, farm owners, and anyone who aspires to be a lead farmer. Like I say, we need more lead farmers and more master farmers than farmers. So obviously the farmers will be trained virtually, and of course for practicals, farmers will have to register with their nearest and respective agricultural colleges, and will be assessed. The traditional master farmer training program still remains in place and running, targeting mainly communal farmers or resettlement farmers as well as A1 farmers. The idea is to make every farmer in Zimbabwe a master farmer in his or her own right, or in our own right. There shall be an advocating team comprising of members from the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Resettlement, farmer unions, agrochemicals, private sector players from the seed industry and so forth, and of course our development partners who assess trainees based in especially production, actual production, who actually go to farm from these apps, from these platforms, and to implement it. It is the role of training departments to continuously track progress, identify training gaps, and design curricula to address the identified gaps. As we journey towards Vision 2030 agriculturally, we need more master farmers rather than ordinary farmers, and I'm hopeful that as we gear for the summer season, the application will prove to be highly invaluable. And of course, before I conclude, I would like to applaud WHH, the ZAKIS Consortium representatives, for a job well done, and of course for partnering with us as ministry, with our officials here. I think you did incredibly well. So colleagues, the three platforms we are launching today are not only nice to have, and I would like to repeat this. They are not only nice to have. Obviously, they are nice things to have on your phone. I have this app and so on and so on. But more importantly, I think they are necessary and prerequisite and key and fundamental ingredients for the agriculture transformation process. And that said, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I therefore officially launched the 3 digital platforms, ZimAgricHub, the ZimExtension in-service training app, and the online lead farmer program. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Basera. And others say, they say Chikwengu. Can you say Chikwengu? Chikwengu. Thank you. That's an extra applause. At this point in time, Mr. Kapele is going to give us the closing remarks.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremony. First of all, let me recognize the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement, who officially launched the 3 products that we are talking about today. Mr. Sansol, the head of ZAKIS, the EU delegation that funded this process, all chief directors, farmers unions, all members present here. Let me say thank you so much for gracing this occasion. Today is a great day for us in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement. Particularly us in Agritech in the veterinary services. Because I'm aware that our staff, some of them, they were half-baked, and some of them, they were not baked at all. And sometimes we were being blamed by farmers that our staff were not very being useful to them because they were not providing useful information. I'm aware that in Agritech we've got a staff complement of 5,000, and in veterinary I'm told it's around 1,800. Today, after this launch, I'm sure they are going to be equipped. And let me promise the Permanent Secretary that we will encourage our staff to quickly register on this platform so that we make use of the 3 products that have been launched today. Let me start with the in-service training for our staff. Our staff, they are going to be equipped with real-time data. Some of them, they lack the necessary skills, and they are going to have skills at their fingertips. Let me quote a farmer about 3-4 years ago in March Central. After having lost 50 hectares of maize, which had been sprayed with the post-emergence herbicide Roundup, he lost the entire crop, and he said, if you thought training was expensive, then try ignorance. It's more expensive. This online training will sharpen the skills of our staff and offer better service to the farming community. And I'm aware that there are some people who are retiring, some who are resigning, and who are going into farming. They will have access to information, and also they will be trained under the Lead Farmer platform. I'm happy that is presented by Mr. Hoy. He said the Lead Farmer platform, everyone can access information, particularly to increase production and productivity. And the ZimHub platform will strengthen the link between research, extension, and education, which was a missing link in the past. We know that researchers have been producing a new technology, and it remains in the research stations. And sometimes the education, they do their part, and there was no close link between the 3. And I'm sure with the launch of the ZimAgrIHub, we'll be able to strengthen the linkages of these three. I want to take this opportunity to thank, first of all, our permanent secretary, who took a keen interest to make sure that these three platforms are developed and they've been launched by him today. We want to thank you so much, PS. We want to thank our financier, the EU. I want to thank the ZAKIS Consortium, who took their time and did a lot of energy to develop the three projects that have been launched today. I know it was not easy to organize this launch. There is an organizing team, the likes of Anamai Gumbo, Machekano, Matuenga, etc. They took their time to coordinate everyone to be with us today, and also those who are connected today as we launch the three products. I want to thank them so much. I know the media, ZBC, the print media who are with us here today, we have come to share with us what we have done today, so that the rest of the populace in this country will share with everyone. I'm aware that in the ministry, we are concentrating on the 5 blueprints, and some of our staff, they are not aware of these 5 blueprints. They will have access to the 5 of them, namely the Agricultural Recovery Plan, the AIMS, the Agricultural Information Management System, the Horticulture Growth Plan, Irrigation Development Plan, and the Livestock Development Plan. Sometimes when staff hear about these things, they say, these are the things that you are trying to craft in a hurry, as if they are not part of it. But I'm sure after the launch today, I think they appreciate, they will have access to information. So I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who took part, and hopefully in your own right as farmers, you make use of the 3 products that have been launched today. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pereira, for those closing remarks. Since now we can start registering for the use of the apps, and make sure they transcend right up to the secondary schools and the primary school. Massive online, free learning. It's okay. Thank you very much. I'm sure the proceedings are done now, but we are calling for a photo shoot. The members of the ZAKIS team are here. Department of National Services, Livestock, Architects, ICT, Agriculture Education, and Agriculture Training. If you could come forward for a photo shoot, you'll be most welcome. Thank you very much. Otherwise, we may be stopped. Thank you.